back to GTU. It is easy to get frustrated at customer service when things don't go your way, but using a little empathy can help reach a positive outcome.
Joining us now to help us with this is empathy activist Rob Volpe. Thank you so much for being here.
Absolutely, great to be back.
I think we might be all guilty of taking our frustrations out on customer service.
Absolutely.
Sorry, customer service, they're just the messenger.
Yes, they are just the messenger, and so that's where being mindful, using some empathy can actually help you. Because if you think about it, when you're dealing with customer service, you're often a bit stressed and emotional. And yet, in a study, 97% of customers, so 97%, that's like pretty much everybody, 97% of customers said the most important element of customer engagement is empathy. So how do we create a place where we can have empathy and use empathy with the person we're having customer service with, as well as if you're the provider of the customer service, to reach a better outcome for everybody?
I love that you're having this conversation. I worked in retail for many years, and I can't tell you how many people were so mean to me. I mean, I had shoes thrown at me. They treat you like you're not human. And we've all fallen victim to being frustrated at these other people, just humans like us, doing their job. Why do you think that is?
People are triggered by a lot of other things. I hope in that case there's something else happening in that person's life that got them so frustrated that then they didn't have their shoe size. I don't know what the situation was, and they chose to chuck it across the store at you. That's awful. But they're frustrated. There's something else happening in their life. Like, this isn't about you. This is about the customer and an issue that they're having. And so, using the 5 steps to empathy, and even the first pre-step of that curious breath, which we've talked about before, just taking that moment to take that really big inhale. You've got that shoe in your hand and you're frustrated because it didn't fit or whatever. Take that big inhale, and it creates space. Like it creates space in your lungs, it's creating space in your head so you can figure out how to respond rather than a reaction, which is a rant, a yell, a throwing something, really our worst selves kind of coming out. And then you start to use the 5 steps. And I think of the 5 steps, the one that's really important here is using solution imagination. And so, Dina, as you were saying, we're human. Like the person that's working there, whether it's a server at a restaurant, in retail, at the airline counter, these are human beings. And so if you can imagine what it might be like for them, and think about anybody that's in customer service is dealing with people's problems all day long. And so a great example, if you're ever at the airport and you notice that line at customer service because flights are canceled or whatever, if I'm in that line and I get up to the counter, I take a moment and imagine, so using solution imagination, I imagine what it might be like for them. And I just stop, and before we even get going, I just like, how's your day going? This line looks really ugly. This must be rough. And they appreciate it because we're taking a moment, I'm seeing them as human. So really important to imagine what that other person's, who they are, see them as a human being. And then additionally, don't be afraid to ask for empathy yourself. So in that airplane situation or airport situation, it's okay to tell somebody, hey, I'm really frustrated. I had a situation one time where I was not on my best behavior, where a flight, I misconnected by minutes, and I needed to get home because I had other things going the next day, and that was the last flight of the day. And I was so frustrated. And finally, I just told the person, I apologized because I had vented, but I just said, this is what I was needing. I needed to get home. I needed this moment, and now I can't. Can you help me? So you're asking somebody to have empathy with you. And
it goes both ways.
It absolutely, it goes both ways.
And then when you're on the phone, I think you make a good point of put yourself in check before your interaction to begin with.
Yes, and remember, have grace with yourself. So I forgive myself for that moment, but I always remember it, and it helps me remember to choose to do better, because you want to be the person that people want to help rather than the person that they have to help.
You do.
That's so key.
I think people often forget flies with honey. If you want somebody to help you solve this problem, how about you come at it with kindness? And they're much more likely to say, yes, let's see how I can help you.
They're going to help you out. You're going to have a better experience. Everybody's going to have a better day as a result.
Oh, I like that so much. Where can we get your book to find out more about empathy?
Yes, and the 5 steps to empathy. It's available here in town at the King's English, but you can also go on Amazon or wherever you buy books. And then you can also follow me on the socials. Just look for Empathy Activist.
Awesome. You're so great. It's such a good reminder.
It is.
Easy to like fly off the handle with
Yeah.
customer service, but a great reminder that they are people and we need to be kinder and we can be gentler to ourselves.
Always choose empathy. And when driving, Dina. When
Oh, yeah.
driving.
Also,